Good morning, everybody. Doreen from Door Designs. Hope today's going great for you. On today's tutorial, I am in the process of redoing all of my centerpieces that I have in my house from winter into kind of spring. I typically don't do a lot for Valentine's Day, but I kind of am getting into a little bit more of the pinks and the Valentine look just because it's been so cold and kind of gloomy here in Missouri. And I know a lot of you are getting snow or got snow that's never hardly ever had snow. So I thought it'd be a great day to kind of do two centerpieces and show you how easy it is to kind of switch them from your winter into your spring. So I'm going to jump right in and I'm going to be using this greenery. Honestly, I don't know where I got it because I've used it. This was in here for part of my winter, but I love it. I love the color of it. So I'm going to go ahead and use it in my spring. So I'm just dropping some pieces in, and you'll notice that they're going to start hanging over the top of my vase because I kind of want to break up that look to it. We don't want that look. We want a nice, soft flowing. So I'm just adding them in. There's no way that you can do it really right or wrong. So I'm just going to kind of turn it around, kind of look at my top a little bit. I'm going to put a piece right over here. There we go. I didn't put any styrofoam in or florals foam or anything like that. I'm going to just use this greenery, and it's going to hold all my flowers in place. If you wanted, you could have put foam down in the bottom, but we're not going to need it, so I'm not going to use that added product. I'm going to trim this one back just a little bit. It's a little bit. Okay, and I'm just going to stick it right here. Okay, so you can see it's nice and full all the way around. So all I do is kind of look to see if it's about the same dimension going across in the design. And it is. Okay, next what we're going to do, I'm going to use two of these branches here. And I got these dogwood, I think I got them at Hobby Lobby, but I'm not sure. I've had them for a while. So what I'm going to do, this is going to add my height. So I'm going to put two pieces going right down the middle to add my height, because on this design, it's going to be seen all the way around from where I'm going to put it. It's either going to be on my dining room table or the table in my great room. So I'm going to just stick them right on down. Now, when you're doing yours, this will tell you how tall you want it. So based on where it's going to be located in your home is how high you're going to want it. Mine's going to be tall ceilings, so I want some height. The dining room table we hardly ever use, so if it goes there, I don't have to worry about people trying to look around it. So I'm just kind of opening these up. I'm going to turn this around so I can see what I'm doing here. So we've got two pieces in. Nice and light and airy. Okay, next what I'm going to do, we're going to use two bunches of these hot pink fuchsia tulips. And you can get tulips, now I got to move this a little bit because I won't be able to see. You can get tulips anywhere. I've had these for a year or two. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick one on each side. There goes in one. Okay, I'm just going to stick them straight down in there because what I'm going to do, I'm going to start moving them around. I'm going to pull some down. I'm going to pull some up in the middle, and I'm just going to kind of weave them in and out of the greenery. So we've already got one up here. And I'm going to pull some straight on down. These tulips have nice stems to them, so you can bend them just about any way you want. That stem's got one that's missing a tulip, so I'm going to have to look for it. Okay, let's bring this big tall one right up in the center. And I'm just going to pull this one down. And you'll notice on some of them, I'm kind of almost bending them up a little bit. So see, you're not cutting your flowers apart. You're not having to figure out. They're already bunched together. We're just going to kind of open them up. I'm just going to move this over just a little bit. Don't be afraid to bend them and move them and do all kinds of stuff with them. Okay, let's kind of move that around a little bit. So I'm just bending them to where I get them to where I like the look. This one's got a few more tulips on the stem than the other side does. Okay, see how nice and pretty? They're still nice and airy and open, and we're going to put some more flowers in between those. Okay, now I've got some pink peonies that I'm going to add. And these are, I did cut these apart, so I'm just going to kind of stick those in. And what I want to do is I'm basically just adding 3 different florals to the design. Now, if you didn't want to do this, you could have added some more tulips in different colors. See how nice and full? And it's nice and full, but see how it's still nice and airy and open? Okay, what I'm going to do for my last thing in my design, I'm going to take just a few pieces. This greenery came from Hobby Lobby. And I just want to stick a few pieces in the top to bring this greenery up to the center. So I am going to cut just a few sprigs of it, and I'll show you when I get it all. And these you can push up. I'm not worrying about gluing any of this in because, hey, it's not going to be shipped or sold. So I can just place things in it, and you guys can do the exact same thing on your vases. So I don't know if you can see, but I've brought some of the greenery up. So all the greenery is not at the bottom. So we're going to add a few more pieces. Okay, I'm just kind of moving some pieces around. I'm cutting one of my tulip and moving it over a little bit. There we go. Okay, it's looking really good. Okay, the last thing is I have some more peonies, but these are buds. So I'm going to add just a couple of the buds along the bottom. So I'm just sticking them in, hopefully. There it goes. And I'm sticking those down kind of low. Just a few little buds, 2 more. And what that does, it kind of brings some color and some lightness along the bottom greenery. Okay, I only have 2 of these peonies left, so I'm going to go ahead and use them. And last one. I know I said that before, but this is my last one. I just thinned this one out a little bit because it has more tulips on it. Okay, let's pull these green leaves down. Okay guys, look how nice and full. And I'll post pictures too when I put my kind of my tablescape together where this is going to go. And I got to quit playing with it because I'll continue to keep playing with it. So nice big spring centerpiece. Okay, let's do our second one. So this is our first one. So here's the second one. It's got a much more narrower top, so we're not going to put as many big full flowers in. We're going to use some different greenery. We're going to be using some tulips. These tulips are more of a red tulip. And I've got 2 bunches, but I may not use 2 bunches, but I went ahead and brought 2 bunches over. Then I'm going to use this greenery, and it came from Hobby Lobby. I love it. I love it for spring. It's got different colors of the greenery in it, and you'll notice it's got some little bitty pink flowers on the ends. It's just a really good bush if you do a lot of spring and summer designs. And then for our florals, besides the tulips, we're going to use these spring little flowers. These also came from Hobby Lobby. And I know you're going to think I'm probably crazy putting these together, but I think it's going to turn out really cute. And it may not. We'll see. Okay, first I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do my base. So what I'm going to do on this one, I'm only probably going to use 1 greenery. So I'm going to take the outer edge of the stem, and I'm going to go ahead and bend these down. And they're pushers, so I can move them around based on how far I want them to come down. But I want them to come down. So we're going to go all the way around, and we're going to push these, bend them. And then I'm going to open up the middle ones. So that's what it's going to look like. So I'm just going to drop this right down the middle. I'm not putting any styrofoam or filler in it. We're just going to go with filling it nice and full. Let me get these tags cut off. And I'm going to do the same thing with this. I'm just going to kind of open it up. And I'm going to add that in. We're going to do the next one here. These florals that I'm adding now make a really good spring too because of all the different colors. And you get a ton. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3. I think you get 8 or so stems on there. And these were $7 and 40% off. And in case you want to do some designing, the florals are on sale this week. Okay, let's add this one in. And then we're going to add our last one. So I'm doing 3 of these. Okay, let's move this one over just a little bit. So I've got 1, 2, and then 3. Okay, look how pretty this looks, just like this. You don't really even have to add anything else, but I am going to add some tulips because it's going to kind of go with my little Valentine's theme. So after Valentine's, if you don't want the red tulips, all you got to do is pull them out, and you can add a different floral in there. But we're going to add some tulips. Okay, I'm going to take my big stem, and I'm just going to go straight down the middle. I'm not going to go down really low because I want my tulips to stick up a little bit. So see how I'm just taking my tulips and just bending them down through these florals. Whoops, I see a green tag. I thought I had the tag cut off the tulips, but I guess I didn't. There we go. So I'm just taking them and slowly moving them through the florals. Bringing some of the florals back up through them. And some of this you won't be able to see very good on the tutorial. I apologize. But I'm pulling some of the flowers back up through the middle. So we're pulling some down and some up. But what's nice about these, see how these flowers fill in some further back in and then some is on the end. That little bush might just be my new favorite spring bush to use. Gonna move this one down just a little bit. This would be pretty with yellow tulips, pink tulips, because you've got all the different colors. So whatever tulips you use, the color is really going to enhance these. And see how one group of tulips is plenty? Now, if you wanted, you could add more tulips coming around the bottom, but I'm not going to do that because I really don't think I need it. But I might add just a little bit of greenery. So let me just add 1 or 2 pieces and see what it looks like. I am going to add just a couple of pieces along the bottom. You may not be able to see it, but it kind of brings in a little bit of a different texture coming down the vase. And see, these vases I'll keep up all through summer. And what's nice with the colors and the size, I can move them to different areas of my home if I kind of want a different look, depending on how I have my table done. So So let's put just a couple of pieces in the top. A few more along the bottom. And this one is just about done also. So I hope you guys will dig out some vases or go get some vases and some spring florals and put them together, because there's nothing more uplifting in your home than a nice, beautiful arrangement of florals. This one's not that expensive. Like I said, I got the vase, I think I got it at Dollar General last spring. And I'm just using up the rest of this greenery right here. I'm just bringing some more of it down. Okay, 2 pieces and we are done. One last piece, I'm going to stick it right at the top. Okay, here is vase number 2 for our centerpieces. So pretty. Just kind of makes me want spring to come that much quicker. So all I'm doing is just kind of going through, rechecking. I'm scooting some of these florals back a little bit on the stems because you can see too much of the stem. Okay guys, there are both of our centerpieces to start out kind of some spring designing. One is in the red and kind of, I'm going to say more of a warmer tones. And then the other big one that I did is more in the pinks and a cooler tone. So now I'm going to go up and do my tables, and I will post some pictures of the centerpieces by themselves, and then show you pictures of where I placed them in my house. So have a great day. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and go get you some flowers and a big vase and do a beautiful centerpiece for your own home. Take care and have a great day.